James McKenna's head felt like a fusion reactor going critical. The metallic taste in his mouth and the rhythmic humming of life support systems told him he was still aboard Station Epsilon 7, but something was definitely wrong. For one thing, there was approximately 200 pounds of alien royalty sitting on his chest. The creature perched atop him had iridescent purple skin that shimmered like oil on water, 4 arms crossed in what he could only assume was annoyance, and compound, eyes that reflected his hungover face in 1,000 tiny fragments. Most concerning of all was the elaborate crown of crystalline spikes jutting from her elongated skull, a dead giveaway that he was dealing with Zephyrian nobility. "Oh, hell," James croaked. "Indeed, human," the alien queen replied in perfect, if heavily accented standard. "You have caused what your species would call a diplomatic incident." Liza Chen, James's research partner, and the only person crazy enough to drink with him in the Outer Rim, materialized in his peripheral vision. She was leaning against the wall of what appeared to be a holding cell, arms crossed, wearing an expression that could have flash-frozen a star. "Morning, sunshine," she said dryly. "Meet Queen Vexaria of the Zephyrian Collective. Turns out you challenged her to a drinking contest last night." The memories came flooding back in waves of mortification. The diplomatic reception, the Zephyrian delegation, the absolutely toxic alien liquor that tasted like liquid starlight and hit like a photon torpedo. And James, in his infinite wisdom, deciding that humanity's honor was at stake when the Queen made an offhand comment about human alcohol tolerance. "You won," Queen Vexaria informed him, her 4 eyes narrowing simultaneously. "Barely. But in doing so, you invoked the ancient right of conquest." James's blood turned to ice water. "The what now?" Liza pushed off from the wall, her expression shifting from annoyed to professionally concerned. As a xenoanthropologist, she knew exactly what that meant. In Zephyrian culture, defeating a monarch in any form of ritual combat, including drinking contests, traditionally makes you their equal, or in some cases their superior, which means, Queen Vexaria continued, her mandibles clicking in what might have been amusement, "you now have the right to claim half my kingdom, challenge me for my throne, or—" She paused dramatically. "Demand my hand in marriage." The silence that followed was broken only by the gentle hum of the station's artificial gravity generators, and James's strangled whimper. "This is why I told you to stick to synthetic alcohol," Liza muttered. Station Commander Reynolds chose that moment to stride into the holding area, his weathered face bearing the expression of a man who'd been dealing with interspecies incidents for too long. "McKenna, what in the 7 hells did you do? I've got 3 Zephyrian battlecruisers demanding either your head or formal recognition of your claim to the Andromeda sector." James tried to sit up, but the Queen's considerable weight kept him pinned. "Commander, I swear I was just trying to be friendly." "Friendly?" Queen Vexaria's voice rose several octaves. "You consumed 17 glasses of fermented Nexus fruit wine and then proceeded to lecture me about human resilience while doing something called the worm across the diplomatic reception floor." "The worm?" Liza's eyebrows shot up. "James, please tell me you didn't—" "He did," the Queen confirmed grimly, "while singing what I can only assume was your species' battle song, something about Sweet Caroline." Commander Reynolds rubbed his temples. "Jesus Christ, McKenna, do you realize what you've done? The Zephyrian Collective controls 17 systems and the largest known deposits of quantum crystals in the galaxy. Their Queen can't just lose a drinking contest to some hungover research assistant." "Research scientist," James corrected weakly. "Not helping," Liza and the commander said in unison. Queen Vexaria shifted her weight, causing James to grunt. "The situation is complicated," she admitted. "My people respect strength above all else. The fact that this small, soft human could outdrink me, a warrior queen with 3 stomachs, and redundant liver systems has elevated his status considerably." "How considerably?" Reynolds asked, though his expression suggested he already feared the answer. "The High Council is debating whether to declare him an honorary Zephyrian or simply adopt humanity into our empire as a warrior species." Liza's eyes widened. "Wait, this could actually work in our favor. James, do you realize what this means? Full trade agreements, military alliance, access to their technology, all because I got drunk and made a fool of myself? The best diplomatic breakthroughs often happen by accident, Queen Vexaria mused, finally climbing off his chest. She stood to her full 7-foot height, her crown scraping the ceiling. Your species has impressed me, human James. Not just with your alcohol tolerance, but with your spirit. Your willingness to face the unknown even while intoxicated. James struggled to his feet, his dignity still somewhere in the station's recycling systems. So what happens now? The Queen's mandibles clicked again, definitely amusement this time. Now you help me explain to my people why a half-drunk human researcher is suddenly one of the most eligible bachelors in the Andromeda Galaxy. I vote for the trade agreements, Liza said quickly. Commander Reynolds nodded emphatically. Seconded. Queen Vexaria looked at James expectantly. The choice is yours, honorary battle brother McKenna. Marriage, conquest, or partnership? James looked around at the alien queen, his smirking research partner, and his increasingly gray-haired commander. Somewhere in the back of his mind, he could already hear the story that would be told in bars across human space for generations. The day humanity stumbled, drunk and singing, into its greatest alliance. Partnership, he said firmly. Definitely partnership. And that, as the saying goes, is how humanity learned that sometimes the best diplomacy happens after the third bottle of alien wine.